Gragas, they've already first picked the Nami, and Nami, you would think, hey, Nami, she has a tidal wave, you speed up along with it, and it can be used as an engage tool. It's also a very effective disengage tool. And if you have a Nami and you see the Jarvan and the Set running in, you can just throw your tidal wave to stop them in their tracks. It also slows them down. And these two juggernauts don't really have a lot more of that gap close if they got slowed down from that initial tidal wave. Can be followed up as well with the bubble. So a lot of disengage tools on the side of Oasis, while on the other hand, Sunsparks has just tons and tons of engage. So it's gonna be a clash of styles right now between the both of these teams.
Yeah, I super agree with you there. The fact that in game number 1, there were a lot of fights that happened around objectives, around these choke points near the Dragon and the Rift Herald. So just as you mentioned, it could be very beneficial for Ace on the Jarvan for the Cataclysm, but at the same time, there is that reactive tidal wave to save the day for Oasis.
Yeah, and as we start into this game, we do see the wardings from both of these teams. Nastro just going for the Krug ward right now, but for the side of Ace Gaming, they already put that Krug ward on Ace, so they very well know the rotation right now of the junglers. While for Sunsparks, they need to do a bit of a guessing game on when Etaf is able to finish that Krugs. But knowing these teams, they would have already known that. But let's also look at the first items, because I think it's very indicative of the bot side lane right now. For the Dragon lane, MGen starting out with that Sapphire Crystal, because Sona is a bit more mana hungry.
Yeah.
You could say she spams a lot of her abilities, but it drains her mana a lot faster. So do expect that to be a tier of the goddess very early. While on the other hand, OASIS Gaming does have that Ruby Crystal for Dragon, although a bit of a scuffle here in the bot side. Exhaust has been used already on Consi. But yeah, because of those different buys, Oasis's Dragon lane is a bit stronger in effective fights, because Health Pull is a stronger kind of tool, because it's durability when you're going for a lot of these early fights, because a lot of these early fights are going to be down to auto attacks rather than throwing of abilities. So Oasis Gaming, you can see, having the initial strength there. Topside though.
Topside, Asila is about to fall and Nastro still live. Oh no, that's the response. It's going to be a 1-for-1 versus the jungler. Luckily, there are no important objectives so far just yet. Dragon, does he want the kill here? Nope, Nastro decides to back away in a safer spot.
Yeah, and that top lane fight, we didn't see the start of that, but it looked like it was a tower dive for Sunsparks. I was saying the pick and ban, Ace was this guy who would try to start up Haze, and we did see a lot of him ganking Nastro in the early game. So yeah, Ace right now flipping the script a bit, wanting to get Nastro ahead, but Etaf though going for a gank here.
Oh, that's the body slam. Nope, Consi, no mana. He's gonna be fine though. Look at this bot lane duo holding on to their summoner spells. This could be part 2. This could be an acceleration game into the poke. We'll have to see. The minions are blocking his view. Boom! Not gonna be enough. He's gonna dive into the skies. 2 out of the fight now, as they're gonna disengage.
Yeah, while 4 members of Oasis Gaming are here in the Dragon lane trying to get the kill on Consi and MGen on the other side of the map, Ace was able to get another kill on Isilla. But right now, since there are more members here from Oasis, they're gonna be given that Krug camp and also a tower plate for their Dragon lane. You could see here the difference in the priority right now for the side of Sunsparks. They're prioritizing getting Nastro and Ace ahead. If you do get both of these guys ahead, they're gonna be a bigger tank and deal a bit more of that damage earlier on. As compared to Demon Kite. Demon Kite is playing this quirky, and he's still gonna go for that Essence Reaver first item, which gives him a bit more of that early burst damage on a single target. It's gonna give him a bit more lane control when we do see this guy going back to lanes. But in terms of the Dragon fight, it's not gonna give him as much support for his team as we near the 4-minute mark. Both of these teams, you do expect to go for the recalls right now and gonna pick up their first items.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that reset in preparation for the Dragon. Just as you mentioned, Ocean Drake is gonna spawn, and we talked about the Ocean Drake during the first game where, Oasis has a ton of poke to begin with, and Sunsparks would love to have that. But during the first game, Oasis has been getting all of these Dragons, so it seems to me for Sunsparks, as they focus their efforts towards topside, Prio, Nastro being able to get the kills, so they're more comfy over here.
Yeah, with the topside Prio, because of how Ace has just been essentially putting up a tent outside on Isilla, ganking him over and over again, even getting that Rift Herald right now. Isilla running away from the top side, because he very well knows there could be another 3-man gank right there with the Rift Herald being on the top side. Looks like it's going to be the first turret for the side of Sunsparks.
Yeah, that is First Blood Tower, extra gold towards the early game. This could be a kill though. Flag and drag combo into the showstopper. Flash will not save Isilla. Just a couple of more auto attacks left. And Nastro again will get the kill. He's 102 now. This is the response. Nicely done. Cat coming from Etough. What was that? Hayes is gonna fall, but Etough is as well gonna fall.
Yeah, good 1-for-1 there for Hayes. He got hit with the explosive cast, but a second bonk and a second tier turret on the top side for Sunsparks. I was just about to say, before we saw the kill on the bot side, it looked very, very dirty for Sunsparks because they did Isilla dirty right there, Riku.
Yeah.
Isilla felt safe. They're like, oh, they're gone. They already got the turret. Yay. I could farm now on my lane, but nope, we're gonna kill you, get more gold for Nastro, and even getting the second tier turret there. And Sunsparks, just great series of plays for them.
Yeah, on paper, it is definitely, well, 100% it is Sunsparks winning that, as they got 2 towers and a kill. Oasis, meanwhile, got 1 tower and 1 more kill. They could get another. There's the tidal wave to just block off the retreat. I don't think Ace is going to live here, but Ace is already here, rather. Hayes, Ace are going to fall. Well, Ace is still alive, rather. It's just Ace foul.
Yeah, Ace is still alive. I do understand the confusion. Ace, Hayes, so near between these two
guys.
Wait
a minute. Yeah, did I say Hayes? I'm pretty sure I said Hayes. Wait, hold on.
Showstopper
to the crescendo. Isilla is all alone. 3 versus 1. Oh, the Condemn's going to push Isilla forward. There's the blast code to possibly escape from everybody else. He's so low. Emden's going to cut off the escape. Apprehend just to see if he can get more heals off of Kansi, but he is going to go down.
Yeah, unfortunate condemn from Consi. Wasn't able to stun Isilla, needed to burn the flash right there, so chances are Consi won't have that summoner up in the next objective fight that we're gonna see later on. But going back, Hayes was gapped in the bot side because he was very extended in the lane. There were still a lot of wards right now for Oasis Gaming on the bot side of the map, so spotting him there, knowing that he already burnt his flash on the initial gank that Etough did, where he used his explosive cast. They really thought that he could at least get a free 1-for-1 kill right there on the bot side, but great answer from Sunspark immediately, reinforcing Hayes getting at least a 1-for-1. So yeah, right now, it feels a bit like Game 1 for Sunsparks, where the momentum, the tempo feels like it's on their side, but still, first Drake has went to the side of Oasis, and second Drake could still go towards them if they do choose to focus that objective. The difference is right now compared to Game 1, Nastro and Ace is ahead compared to Isilla. And earlier on, with Isilla on that Darius, he was starting a lot of these fights with Apprehend. Right now, he can just very well be melted down faster just because he is a bit behind compared to Game 1.
Yeah, and this is another gank, hold that thought, as the dive will not continue though. The wave is gone. The moment has passed and they will try another day. But yeah, this is completely, well, almost deja vu from the draft into the situation in the game where, yeah, Sunsparks getting the early kills, getting the kill and gold lead, but at the same time, Oasis has getting that map control, getting more of that kill pressure as they have been setting up these dives and picks from earlier.
Yeah, and again, though, AC Etough here, don't think there's going to be any kills going around. But yeah, objective-wise, it's going to come up soon. 10 seconds for that referral and 15 seconds for the Cloud Drake. So there is a chance that these teams could go for another handshake wherein they just exchange these objectives since they're so close together. But I do expect Oasis to maybe fight for this. I wasn't able to spot it, but I think the package right now should be picked up by Demon Kite. Yes, he does have the package, so it gives a bit of that advantage right now for Oasis Gaming, having that tool on that Corki to separate a fight, another engage or disengage tool that they can use. Oasis Gaming, though, has a lot of deep wards into the jungle of Sunsparks, so they could very well know that Sunsparks is already near this Drake.
Yes, just as you mentioned, Sunsparks is waiting for the package to expire. Look at Ace, though, trying to poke a little bit. Whoa! Look at Amjan. He's so low. Almost got the bubble on him. Able to use a flash, so no flash for Amjan, and that means it's going to be a very vulnerable Sona once Oasis decides to come in. They're going to be starting the Dragon now. Nastro going to push forward, Protobelt into the Showstopper, into the package. Whoa, that's a very long package. Out the Cataclysm. Everybody's pretty much trapped from Oasis, or rather Sunsparks. And now they don't have Isilla. They don't have that frontline. Or Etough is also pretty low. They're also going in. They're going to fall down like dominoes. Oasis wants to run. Double kill already for Hayes and Ace. And there's more kills to be picked up as Sunsparks wins that fight.
An ace right there for Sunsparks, only losing Nashville. Nashville was the one who started out that fight with the showstopper, and they ended it with a clean 5-4-1, and still they have transitioned that to the rip round. As we get into the fight right here in the replay, we see Nashville already throwing down, I believe, Demon Kite towards the backlines, and he was forced to use his package to back away because he was really scared of getting layered with that CC, effectively making the package useless essentially in that fight against Sunsparks, and Sunsparks was just able to chase down OASIS. The key tool I think that was really burned right there was that package, because you could have used the package to stop the engage from Sunsparks, but it was gone. But still, exhausted cast on haste.
Yeah, I don't think Hayes can escape this one, but going back to what you said, right, it was Demon Kite wanting to create a lot of space for himself between the engage of Sunsparks, and therefore semi-absent for just a few seconds in that fight, just so that he can walk up back from the blue side area of Oasis in towards the entire fight. But yeah, Sunsparks right now, they're feeling it, especially the fact that they have a lot of space towards top side, right? That wave has been building, and if Oasis takes a lot of time towards bot side, that could spell disaster. If an ace happens, and then Sunsparks can just go towards top to maybe get an inhibitor. If the death timers are longer, maybe even the game.
Right, and with also the Herald right now on the side of Sunsparks, they can use this advantage for them very creatively. They could put Mjan near the top side. If Nasjo, Ace, and him could get a pick on Escilla, they could summon the Herald and threaten the top side. Or they could still use it now in the bot side of the map to open up more space for them to put a lot of these deep vision towards the jungle of Oasis Gaming. So a lot of options right now for Sunsparks, because as you mentioned, the two towers in the top side have fallen in favor of Sunsparks. But still, there might be a fight here in the bot side of the map.
There is that Proto Belt into the cask. Ace is going to be the one who's caught out here. Very nicely done bubble coming from Dragon here, but I don't think they're going to commit. They're afraid of Nastro's engage coming from the side, and that's going to be the retreat for Oasis.
Yeah, the retreat from Oasis package is up right now in the base for Oasis Gaming. They can choose to get back to have Demon Kite back away and get that, but it looks like it's just going to be an agreement, temporary ceasefire right now for both of these teams, backing away, consolidating, getting some of these items as we approach the 13-minute mark, which we're gonna see the Baron. And between the two of these teams, Sunsparks has a lot of the champions to burn the Baron down quickly. They have two Blade of the Ruins Kings, one on the Lucian, one on the Vayne, and Vayne is very notorious to be able to burn down that objective very fast, alongside with two tanks on their team, the Set and the Jarvan. That's going to be very dangerous for Oasis if they leave that objective open. Yes, an Infernal Drake is going to come up as well, but at the same time, it's dangerous for them to just leave that out though. Rift Herald has been summoned to the top side, very near the base of Sunsparks, which tells me that it just timed out, so they just threw away Shelly. Hopefully Shelly could have a good journey there in the top side of the map.
Yeah, it's going to be a very slow push, but Escilla is going to be is there, or rather it's going to move towards the bottom portion of the map, just as you mentioned, to set up for the Infernal Drake, which is going to spawn in 18 seconds. And so far, it has been Nastro being the key to start these fights, like Proto Belt into the Showstopper, and this gives a lot of space for the AD carries of Sunsparks to just, again, auto-attack freely and kite freely from these fights.
Yeah, it's gonna be they could really kite freely, but at the same time, I got caught up surprised right here with the exchange right now that's happening between the both of these teams. The respect from Oasis Gaming, they would rather choose to get the standing objective, the top side, to be able to get that sure gold instead of fighting it out here in the Infernal Drake. Right now, the Infernal Drake has been given to Sunsparks. It gives their the Lucian and the Vayne that boost in damage, and it looks like Sunsparks looking for a pick here in the jungle.
Yeah, I like this call coming from Oasis. They're thinking far into the future. Well, not exactly far into the future. They're thinking about the Elder Drake. Knowing the fact that topside is going to be slowly pushed eventually, they needed more space so that they can have more room in the Elder Drake fight. So I like this from Oasis, knowing the fact that they've pretty much lost most of the fights around that dragon. And they wanted to make sure and think about the 5v5s later. The juicy Elder Drake for later on.
Yeah, a lot of juicy objectives are gonna come out soon, especially that Elder Drake Baron is up. If you look at where the vision is at, a lot of wards right now for Oasis Gaming must have been cleared by Sunsparks. So Sunsparks right now has clear control over the top, over that side of the map. They have a ward in the Baron pit. Ace is looking just being a bit of a human ward right now, but still, because the Baron is up, because it's such a big objective, we're gonna see a bit of that Baron dance, the bit of A ramp we're seeing right now here for both of these teams, since they're both towers are already down. They're pretty much even in terms of the pressure here in the mid lane. So it's gonna come towards to the side lane pressure that these teams can enforce on the other team. Sunsparks has already shoved the top side and has been answered by Oasis. If you look at the bot side, that minion wave is accumulating in favor of Oasis Gaming. So do expect Haze to run towards that bot lane to clear that out. Gonna be a bit of equilibrium. So it's gonna come down to a pick from these teams. And if we look at their composition, I feel like Oasis Gaming could have a better chance at getting that pick. They do have the bubble, they do have the explosive cast, they do have the proto belt apprehend from Isilla. So a fight could very well start for the side of Isilla.
Is this it? Is this it? There's the Cataclysm already being used. Apprehend on towards Ace. Nicely done. Cast to make sure Ace is displaced. Nice crescendo coming from MJen as well, but he's still gonna fall. Showstopper coming right in, but the exhaust will drop onto him. For Nastro, there's the face breaker with a ton of shields, but Consi has his eyes on Demon Kite. 80 carry down for Oasis.
The AD carry for the jungler is down right now for these teams, 1-for-1, and you could say that the jungle is a bit more important, but at the same time for Oasis Gaming, they only have one marksman as compared to Sunsparks. So if they were thinking about burning any of these objectives, it was still going to be in favor for Sunsparks, but because there's not going to be any action left, both of these teams again went for the recall, consolidating, going back to their side lanes. So we're going to see another standoff soon, Riku, and to start that fight off, to go back to Ace, I felt a bit off with that fight because we could see with perfect vision. I think that's that is clearly our advantage as casters, as observers of the game. That we were scared immediately for Ace because we saw there were 4 members of Oasis there where they only had 3. But working with the information that Sunsparks had, that was a decision Ace did for a risky play that could have tilted this game straight into their favor. Just to have a bit of explanation why they chose that fight. But right now, though, Emden's very far forward.
There's the flash. Looks like Etaf is going to get caught out here. Nicely done package coming from Demon Kai just to cut off the escapes or the forward of Sunsparks. Isilla is still pretty much alive, but no jungler for Oasis now. That 20 seconds more or less on the clock, Elder Drake is about to spawn.
And with the 20 seconds off timer, Sunsparks is playing this very... I would say intelligently trying to look for that pick because they want to go for the Elder Drake, but they saw that Sunsparks was going for the Elder Drake, so they're now trying to bait it out to the Baron. They just saw that no one is starting out that Baron, so it just feels like, you know, the meme, the highway meme, the
fork road.
The fork road. They just cross different paths, and right now though, Baron is being taken by Oasis, and Nastro is trying to stop them.
Yeah, we'll see. Dragon with the bubble on towards Nastro. He still has ult. He can showstopper into this. And looks like that's going to be a secure on the side of SS, of Sunsparks, for the Elder Drake. But Oasis is going to be falling down like dominoes. They do have Baron buff. Let's see, Dragon is able to port back. But Elder Drake now being secured by Sunsparks. That's 40 seconds on the clock with 9.
Yeah, 2 members are down, no carries on the side of Oasis Gaming. So right now, Sunsparks can have control over this map. They only have the Elder Drake. So in terms of the shove of the minions, it's going to be in favor of Oasis Gaming because they can defend more because of the increased resistances. But if ever Sunsparks wants to start a fight, if ever they can't patch out any members of Oasis, they could very well just take those because they're going to be in the driver's seat whenever that happens. But looks like, again, Rico, since both of these teams understand the game very, very well, they will be going for these recalls, going for these backs, consolidating, buying some items, and it's gonna come down again to some of those 50-50 risky plays that we were seeing from Sunsparks, because it's so hard for them to just lock down Oasis when Oasis also knows what they're trying to do. So they really need to bait Oasis out into these fights. Look at where the position of Ace right now. He is in a very good flank against Oasis. If he catches out members of Oasis, this is going to be a good fight for Sunsparks.
Yeah, this is going to be the possibility. There he goes. There's the flag and drag. Oh my god, Dragon just explodes all over the damage from Sunsparks at the moment. That's going to be a double kill coming from Consi, and the damage keeps coming through. Sunsparks cleaning Oasis off the plate of Wild Rift, the map, rather. And this is it. This is them going in. They want Eduf's life. They want Eduf's head, rather. He's able to go towards the fountain, but it don't matter. He legendary now. Consi legendary inside the base, getting hit by the Nexus and the tower. And this is gonna be GG. That's the ace. That's the game. And we're going to a game 3, Crazy Apple.
Game 3, nice one right there. Team Ace from Sunsparks, and going into the Game 3, as we talked about earlier on, after Game 1 and even before Game 2 started, Riku, we expected not a lot of changes in terms of team composition.